Hello, and welcome back to Health Voices. I need to start today with some numbers that are difficult to hear, but absolutely essential to understand. According to the CDC, 1 in 2 women and 1 in 4 men over the age of 50 will break a bone due to osteoporosis. And after a hip fracture, the statistics are grim. For so many, it marks the end of their independence. We are talking about bone loss. It is silent, it is invisible, and often, the very first symptom is a life-changing injury. But what if I told you that just 5 minutes a day, no pills, no expensive machines, just you and your own body, could change all of that? And to explain how that is even possible, we are so honored to welcome our expert doctor. Morgan, back to the studio. Doctor, welcome. Those statistics are terrifying.
They are terrifying, Sarah, and that fear is real. I see it every single week in my clinic, right here in Ohio. I see patients who have become afraid of stairs, afraid of icy sidewalks, afraid of playing with their own grandchildren. They feel their world and their own body shrinking. They believe that their strongest days are behind them and that a future of fragility is inevitable. But I am here today to tell you, and every single person watching, that this does not have to be your story. Your body's ability to be strong, it's not gone. It is simply dormant. It is asleep, waiting for the right signal to reawaken. We are not talking about strenuous, painful exercise. We are talking about sending a gentle, powerful signal that tells your body to start rebuilding itself. The body God gave you is designed to be resilient. It never forgets how to be strong.
So this is about communication? Communicating with our own bones?
That is precisely what it is. It is about re-establishing a conversation that may have gone silent for years. And it only takes 5 minutes a day to start it again. This conversation is the key to your future mobility, your balance, and your leg strength. It's the key to your independence. So, if you are ready to learn this 5-minute secret to send that reawakening signal to your bones, please type "I'm ready" in the comments below. Let's begin this journey back to strength together.
Doctor, you just said something that I believe will shock a lot of people watching right now, that our bones are merely asleep and can be awakened. I think most of us, especially as we get older, think of our bones as being like chalk or stone, something that just becomes more brittle over time and can't really be changed. Are you telling us that belief is wrong?
Sarah, that is the single biggest myth about aging, and it is the very belief that steals people's hope. I need everyone watching to forget everything you thought you knew about your skeleton. Your bones are not dead. Static objects, like the frame of a house. They are one of the most dynamic, alive, and constantly changing tissues in your entire body. They are living. I want you to picture a construction crew that is working inside every single bone in your body, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even as you are sitting here watching this. This crew has 2 teams. The first team is the demolition crew. Their job is to constantly move through your bones, find old, tired, brittle bone tissue, and clear it away. In medical terms, these are your osteoclasts. The second team is the building crew. Their job is to follow right behind the demolition team and build new, strong, flexible bone in its place. These are your osteoblasts. This constant process of breaking down old bone and rebuilding new bone is happening in your body right now. It never stops. Not at age 70, not at 80, and not even at 90.
That is an incredible way to think about it. So if this building and demolition is always happening, what goes wrong? Why do we get osteoporosis? Is it that the construction crew just stops working?
That's the million-dollar question. The crew never stops working. They are always ready to build. but they are waiting for orders from the foreman. And what are the orders? The orders are the physical signals you send your body every day. The scientific name for this is mechanotransduction, but all you need to remember is this: your bones are listening. When you walk, when you stand up straight against gravity, when you carry your groceries, you're sending a tiny vibrational mechanical signal through your skeleton. Your bones feel that signal, that pressure, that load, and that signal is a direct order to the building crew to get to work. It tells them, we are needed here. Build this bone stronger to handle this load. It is a system of such profound intelligence. It's a self-repairing gift built right into us, a constant reminder of the miracle of the human body.
So our movement is literally a command to our bones to get stronger.
It is the only command they understand. And this is why the concept of reawakening is so important. When your bones receive these signals consistently, they stay dense and strong. The building crew keeps up with the demolition crew. But when the signals stop, that's when the trouble begins. So I want you to ask yourself, right now, what signals have you been sending your bones lately? When you stand up from your chair, do you feel the power in your legs and your back holding you up tall? That feeling of stability is a powerful build signal. That signal is what preserves your leg strength and, by extension, your freedom.
So the key takeaway here, and this is truly life-changing, is that our bones are not a lost cause. They are alive, and they are waiting for our instructions. That changes everything. It means we have so much more power over our own aging process than we thought. Okay, doctor, so if our bones are constantly alive and listening for these build signals that come from movement, then it seems logical that the biggest mistake we could possibly make is to stop sending those signals. Is it really that simple?
It is exactly that simple, Sarah. And it is the quiet tragedy I see every single day in my practice. The number one mistake that makes bones weaken with terrifying speed after age 60 is silence. The silence of inactivity. When the signals stop, the building stops. I want everyone watching to do something for me right now. Don't move, don't adjust. Just notice how you are sitting. Are you slumped forward in your chair? Is your back rounded as you look at this screen? Is your head pushed forward? In that slumped, relaxed position, your skeleton is slack. It isn't working against gravity. At this very moment, you are sending a powerful, continuous signal to the demolition crew in your bones. And that signal says, you are not needed for support right now. You can pack up. You can go home. And I promise you, they are listening.
That is a sobering thought, that even how we sit is a message to our bodies.
It's a constant conversation. And this dangerous silence often begins not from laziness, but from something far more understandable. Fear. You feel a small ache in your knee, so you decide to stop taking the stairs. You feel a little unsteady on your feet one morning, so you cancel your daily walk. You're trying to protect yourself from a potential injury. But what your bones is that they are no longer required to perform the task of climbing or walking. The demolition crew gets the message that they can work faster, while the building crew gets the message to slow down. That is what osteoporosis truly is. It is not just a disease of calcium loss. It is a disease of communication breakdown. And that breakdown is born from the silence of fear.
You see this with your own patients in your clinic?
Every day. I think of a patient of mine, Robert, a 72-year-old retired school teacher from right here in Illinois. His lifelong passion was gardening. It was his joy. But one spring, he felt a small tweak in his back while lifting a bag of soil. It wasn't a serious injury, but it scared him. He became terrified of re-injuring himself. So, he stopped gardening. That summer, he spent more time in his armchair than in his yard. His wife told me he started shuffling his feet when he walked. He couldn't stand at the kitchen counter for long periods anymore. His world was shrinking, all because of the fear from one minor incident. The inactivity that followed led to a rapid decline in his stability and his overall leg strength. He was trying to avoid a small pain, but was accidentally creating a much larger, life-altering weakness.
So the fear of movement became more dangerous than the movement itself.
Infinitely more dangerous. God designed our bodies for movement. It's how we engage with His creation, how we tend our gardens, play with our grandchildren, and walk in the sun. When we let fear trap us in a chair, we are not only letting our physical bodies down, but we are also closing ourselves off from the beautiful world He gave us. My job with Robert wasn't to send him to a physical therapist to lift heavy weights. It was to help him break that cycle of fear and restart the conversation with his body. This is such an important concept to understand. If you now grasp this connection between inactivity and bone loss, please type the word "listen" in the comments below. I want to know that you can hear what your bones have been trying to tell you.
Okay, doctor. Everyone watching understands the problem now. We know our bones are listening, and we know that silence is the enemy. So, for everyone at home who is feeling inspired to act, let's talk about how to start that conversation again. You've mentioned a simple 5-minute routine. Can you walk us through it safely?
Absolutely. And Sarah, the most important word you just said is safely. So, for everyone watching, I need you to hear this first. This is a gentle practice, not a strenuous workout. The goal is awareness, not strain. Listen to your body. If you feel any sharp or pinching pain, you must stop immediately. We are gently reawakening the muscles, not forcing them. The entire routine begins with the simplest tool in your home, a flat wall. First, I want you to stand with your back against the wall. Your feet can be a few inches away from the wall to help you balance. Don't worry about being perfectly flat. The goal is to have 3 points of contact if possible. Your tailbone, the area between your shoulder blades, and the back of your head. Now, for many of us, our head will be pushed forward and won't touch. That is perfectly okay. Do not force it back. The most important part of this exercise is to simply notice where you are today without judgment.
So just becoming aware of your own posture is the first step.
It is the most important step. Once you are in that position, I want you to just take 2 slow, deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. As you exhale, just feel your body settling. You're sending a new signal to your spine. A signal of alignment. A signal that says, we are here and we are ready to hold you up. You are waking up the tiny postural muscles that have been asleep for years. After you've done that, we add a layer of gentle motion. I call this the wall snow angel. While keeping your back against the wall, I want you to bend your elbows and raise your arms into a goalpost shape. Try to keep the backs of your arms and hands in contact with the wall, but again, don't force it. From there, you are going to very slowly slide your arms up the wall a few inches, and then slowly slide them back down. That's it. It may not feel like much, but you are activating an entire chain of muscles in your upper back, your shoulders, and your core.
And this simple movement is enough to send that build signal to our bones?
It is. There is growing scientific data to support this. A 2015 study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that these exact types of targeted postural exercises improved balance and spinal curvature in women over 65. Another study showed that this type of gentle, consistent movement can increase bone density over time. The key here, and I want everyone to remember this, is consistency, not intensity. 5 minutes every single day sends a much stronger signal to your bones than 1 hour of strenuous exercise once a week. Your bones don't respond to force. They respond to rhythm. They respond to reliability.
That last line, doctor. Your bones respond to rhythm, not force. I think that is going to stick with so many people. It's a message of hope. It means you haven't missed your chance, and you don't have to hurt yourself to get stronger.
Exactly. It is about communication, not punishment. We live in a world that has disconnected us from our bodies. We are told to push harder, to ignore pain. But the real path to strength, especially as we age, is to listen more deeply. This 5-minute practice is not just about your bones. It is about rebuilding trust with the body you live in. It is about showing up for yourself with gentle consistency. It's a daily act of respect for the only home you will ever truly have.
That is a beautiful way to think about it. And it leads me to the final, and perhaps most important, point we need to make today. We have shared so much valuable information, and our goal here at Health Voices is always to empower you with knowledge that you can use. But we must insist that you remember this. This conversation is for educational and informational purposes only. We are not your personal doctors. Dr. Morgan does not know your specific health history or any injuries you may have. So please, treat this information as the starting point for a conversation with your own healthcare provider. Although this exercise is very gentle, it is always wisest to speak with your doctor or physical therapist before starting any new movement routine, especially if you currently have pain. They are your primary partners in managing your health. That is an essential reminder for us all. Thank you. Today, you have learned that your bones are alive, they are listening, and you can start a new conversation with them today with just 5 minutes and a wall. Dr. Morgan, on behalf of our entire community, thank you for sharing this empowering and hopeful message with us.
It is my privilege. My final advice is this: start today. After this video ends, find a wall in your home, stand against it, and just take 2 mindful breaths. Let that be day 1. Remember that you are still alive, and you are capable of getting stronger. God bless.
And to all of you, our wonderful viewers, thank you for joining us. If you found this conversation valuable, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with a friend who might be living in fear of their own fragility. And finally, let us know in the comments, what is one small, gentle movement you can bring back into your life starting today? Reading about your journey is an inspiration to us all. Thank you for watching.